Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
The recording has started.
Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 UB2Bs. Hold on just a second. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Frank.
I'm going to put you on hold, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Yes, as I was saying, welcome to another one of your Frank26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you, family. It is the 29th of November, 2023. And I am extremely excited to talk to you tonight. But before we do, we're going to do about a less than a 30-minute infomercial on trust funds. As you know, we are seeing indications that we are very close to our investment, and a trust fund is a wonderful mechanism to use vehicle to protect your investment. So we're going to start tonight with the first 30 minutes of an infomercial, and then what is the title of your UB2B? What is the title of your UB2B tonight? Don't blame me. I didn't say it. They said it. We have much to talk about and much to celebrate tonight. But before we get going, join me. For we are KTFalways.com. It stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. And before we do anything, we always go to his throne room for counsel, for protection, for love. Join me as we pray for our conference call tonight. Abba, Heavenly Father, I come to your throne room with all of my sins, forgiven by the blood of your Son, Jesus Christ. I admit them, I confess them to you, and I tell you I'm sorry. And I am grateful for your Son dying on that cross that heals me from my sinfulness. I'm in love with you, Holy Father, in a way that your Son taught us to, an agape type of love. Father, let that love dwell within us tonight. Let us feel the warmth of your hand. Sit next to us as we study together and guide us in all that we do tonight. Help us to understand what we are looking at, what we are studying, and to be respectful in the process with dignity in front of you. It is in the name of your precious Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, that I pray for our call tonight. Amen, amen, and amen.
Andy is there.
Andy is there. Andy, if you're there, you can blow that there shofar if you want.
I'm here.
There he is. You go right ahead. That's wonderful. And Bill Johnson, you're
Okay.
next. Go ahead there, Andy.
Oh, cheers, Burma.
Bill is on the call. He's on the line. Yeah, he's on the phone.
Amen, amen, amen. You want him to hang up?
Yeah, because he's
Amen.
Well, how are we gonna hear him?
He's gonna talk.
Yes, through this phone. Oh, well. Hey, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like this phone. I like this quality. Well, I'm gonna use this phone right here. I was gonna ask you to call in on another line.
I can.
No, because it sounds really good and strong, your voice. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, you need to protect yourself. You need to protect your investment that the Lord is going to give you. It is part of your proper stewardship. You just can't be lackadaisical about it and put it in a bank account. 3 banks folded this year, thanks to the leadership of the White House of the United States of America. You don't think there's going to be more? You need to protect your money. You need to be wise. This is your legacy for your children and their children's children's. Be prudent in the way you are taking care of this investment. With that in mind, I introduce you once again to our dear brother Bill Johnson, who's going to take the time to talk to you on how to protect it. At the end, if you have questions, he'll gladly answer them for you. And then when he's done, what's the title of your UB2B? Bill Johnson, are you there, sir?
I'm here, Frank. Glad to be here for sure.
Yes, it's always good to be with you. The floor is
Thank
yours,
you.
my friend. And let me know when you're done, and we'll see if there's any questions.
Okay, I'm sure there will be some questions. Okay, folks, good evening. My name is Bill Johnson. I am the presenter for the Protection Group, and we want to give you some information about what to do with this cash that you're getting ready to have. You got to remember one thing. When you go to that currency exchange and you exchange your currency and you get cash, that's the biggest asset that you have. Seriously, you have other assets, but it won't be as big as that cash. Where are you going to put that cash that nobody can get it? Nobody can take your money. We've got the answer for you because it can go into a trust. The Protection Group offers you a package. Our package comes with 10 trusts, not just one. If you only have one trust and you're the trustee of that trust, you don't have asset protection. If you only have one trust and you're not the trustee of the trust, you have no asset protection. You have to segregate your assets and have trustees that are not you in order to protect your cash. So what we're going to explain to you with these 10 trusts, we're going to use the first trust that we have to set up a bank account with the bank. And I'm going to use this as an example, and I know some people are going to get $100,000, some will get $800,000, some will get $4 million, some will get $400 billion. I mean, but whatever you're going to get, I'm sure you're going to be thankful for, because it's a blessing. No matter what it is, it's going to be more money than you've probably ever had in one time in your life, and it's going to be exciting. But I want to tell you where you can put that money where it's protected. We're going to get one of the trusts, and we're going to use it and put our name of our trust, which would be your asset management trust, is the name with a preceding prefix that you're going to add to it. You could call it United Community Asset Management Trust. You could call it Brother and Sister Asset Management Trust. You could call it Over the Hill Gang Asset Management Trust. I called mine. This is serious. I've got mine set up, and it's so simple. It's ABC Asset Management Trust. All I want to do is make sure that my name's not on it anywhere, because I want anonymity. I do not want anybody knowing I have a trust. And I certainly don't want the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of charities that are a 100-mile radius of my home to be calling me every day and asking for donations. And that doesn't mean I don't want to give money to somebody. I want to choose who I give it to, and I want to do it anonymously. But you can do it any way you want to, but you do not want folks calling you all the time. So we're going to get that the trust set up with the Internal Revenue Service. We get our EIN number. We go to the bank, and we're going to open a checking account. When you go to the currency exchange, let's say that the exchange is, I mean, it could be Saturday, it could be Monday. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not privileged to know that. I don't think very many people do know that. But whenever it is, you're going to have cash, and you're going to have to put it somewhere. You're going to start off with putting it into into a bank account with that bank. Let's say you go to Bank of America. Well, when you do your currency exchange, and let's just take this as an example. It's just don't panic. But it's, say you just get $10 million, and you got 10. What are you going to do with that $10 million? You're going to put it into a checking account. You have to take it. They've exchanged your currency. Now you're going to put it in a checking account. You know that when it's in that checking account, it's not protected. You understand that. You don't want to go out and T-bone somebody. You don't want to have anybody in your family do anything that would create a liability against your family, because right now you've got $10 million in your checking account that's not protected. You get your trust, however long it takes. I mean, right now, if you did it, you get it 2 to 3 days. After the RV, I don't know, because we're going to be flooded. We know that. We'll have staff on it, getting it back to you as soon as we possibly can. But the reason you want to get it back, and you want to get it back in a hurry, is because you want to move that $10 million from your account to your trust account with the bank. I'll open an account, and my account is called ABC Asset Management Trust. My address is Post Office Box 10901, Knoxville, Tennessee 37901. That's on all my checks. So when my CPA or my trust trustees send out checks for taxes, for insurance, for roof repair, for whatever they send out, those checks are going to go out all over this area in the next year, 6 months, year, whatever. And I don't want my name on it at all, nowhere, because I want to be anonymous. Now, when you put you got $10 million in your personal checking account from Bank of America, and it's not protected. Now you go to the bank and you say, Mr. Banker, I want to open up a personal checking account in the name of our trust. It's a personal trust account, not a business trust account. It's personal. It's for my family's assets, for our home, our automobiles, our things that we enjoy doing, and our cash and our investments and our any corporations we've set up and put into the trust, whatever we want to protect it in the trust. I've got $10 million to start it off with, and this banker is going to look at you and say, come on in, have some donuts, get some coffee, $10 million. Nope, that's unheard of that the bank would get that. Everybody's opening trust right now with $100. And all of a sudden you've got that money that you want out of your bank, out of your trust account. Why do you want it out there so badly? Why do you want? Because it's not protected. When you take that $10 million and you move it into your checking account with the trust account, it's protected. Guess who controls both of those trusts? Your bank account and the trust bank account. You do. So what you're doing is you're giving money from yourself to yourself. It's like Sandy Moore used to say all the time, it's like moving money from your left pocket to your right pocket. And that's what you're doing. So whatever taxes are due, if there are any, it doesn't matter whether it's you personally or whether it's in the trust. What taxes are going to be taxes, and it won't be any different because you're in a trust or not in a trust. And we don't know what the tax situation is going to be, but it doesn't matter. But once you get the money into your trust account, it's protected. You might open up another account to put real estate in. You've got 10 trusts. You're going to use one of your second trusts as a real estate trust. You know the house that you want is still there, and you go talk to your realtor, call your realtor, and you make an offer on it, because in the way the market is right now, you make an offer, you'll probably get it. Go ahead and you put it in. You tell the realtor, Mr. Realtor, we want this trust to be this house to be in the name of a trust, not in my spouse's and my name. It's going to be in the trust. The trust name is ABC Real Estate Trust, Post Office Box 10901. When that transaction gets completed and the trust goes to the state and it comes back and it says on the trust, on the new deed, that the property that you bought at 416 Roslyn Avenue is now owned by ABC Real Estate Trust. It gets registered with the Register of Deeds office. Your first trust you registered with the Internal Revenue Service. So I always get the question, Bill, when I get my trust, where do I register it? You register it as you use it. There's one thing you need to have. I hope you have pencil and paper, because I'm going to give you some information real quick. It's very important. That I could spend an hour. I'll just have to condense it in 30 minutes or 25 minutes, do the best I can. But right now, what you want to be able to get in touch with the protection group. You want to be able to get in through a web. You want to be able to send us emails. You want to go to our website. So I'm going to give you that information right now. It's very quick. It's very simple. The name of our company, The Protection Group, LLC. Okay, the word The, T-H-E, Protection Group, LLC. Write it down. If you put a .com behind it, you've got the website. If you put at gmail.com, you've got the email address. Why is that important? Because you want to ask questions. You're going to get some studying done on some information I'm going to give you where the education call is located. And by the way, that education call has just been redone 2 weeks ago. So any of you that have listened to it before, you might want to try to listen to it again. But when you get this information, I lost my train of thought. Trying to do two things at once. Okay, the Protection Group LLC has a trust. It's called an irrevocable complex segregated trust. Forget about the word irrevocable. It's not irrevocable to you. You're the original settler of the trust. It's actually a revocable trust to you. It becomes irrevocable when your second generation takes over after you passed away. Why is that important? because as a revocable trust, you can change anything in it that you want to change. You can change, you want to change your trust, your successor beneficiaries. You want to change your trustees. You want to change anything in there. You can change it. You want to put something in the trust and take it out a year later. You can do it. You want to shut the trust down completely. You can do it because it's revocable and you can do anything you want with that. Remember one thing in addition to that. You control this trust 100% of the time. 100%, not 99%, 98, not 98%. There's no ins and outs of it. It's just strictly 100%. So whatever you want, you're going to get. If you have a trustee that does not want to do what you want them to do because they feel like you're making a mistake and they won't sign off on it, then that's fine. You've got two choices. You either keep that trustee and use them for later on, or you let them go, pick up the phone, call them and say, I appreciate what you've done, Tom, but we don't need you anymore. We're going to go a different direction. He would not be using you as a trustee. You just fired him. But you use your protector to take the place of your trustee to do any businesses that you need to get done. So people ask me all the time, say, well, how long does it take me to get money? You get everything done 5 minutes. I mean, it's all it takes. And it's all explained to you on an education call. Right now, the most important thing you can get is to get the understanding and is that you get that money put into a trust so that it's protected. When you take money out of the trust, let's say you do a letter of wishes and you tell the trustees you want to check for $50,000. Did you know that $50,000 to you is not taxable? The trust is considered by the Internal Revenue Service to be a pass-through trust, which means it considers you and the trust as one. So at the end of the quarter, end of the year, when taxes are paid, let's say you made $1 million with your money in 2024. At the end of the year, you got taxes to pay. Okay, you give the government $200,000. That leaves you $800,000. So taxes have all been paid. So any of that $800,000 that you want to put into your pocket and you want to use to give away or go on vacations or whatever, you just get it out from the trustees. Get a check written, and you put it in your account at White Trail Credit Union that you have right now, and you go do what you want to do with that $50,000. But it's not taxable. That's the beauty of it. The taxes will have already been paid. So when the tax returns due at the end of the year, either the trust makes the tax return or you put in the tax return for the two of you. It's up to you and your CPA. You'll have to have a CPA to help you do this because you're going to be earning some big money, and you want to pay all the taxes that you have to pay. You don't want to pay all the taxes that they might want you to pay. You want to take every loophole you can find that makes it legal. You want to get it done. Well, a CPA can do that for you, and so that's where we go from there. So this trust is set up for you to. It's set up for you to put your assets in, your automobiles in, your house in, let it be owned by the trust, but you control it. The automobiles that you have, you'll buy an automobile, it'll be owned by the trust, it'll be in the trust name, but you control it. You buy gold, you want to buy gold, you buy 100 pieces of gold. 101 ounce pieces of gold. You bring it put it at your home. It's going to be in your possession. Do you want to put it in your safe at home, or do you want to move it to a safe in a storage facility that takes care of large amounts of gold and silver and things like that? So you don't have it in your home. Fine, but you control it. You'll be able to be like Uncle Scrooge. You can dive in it. But it's your money. Everything in there is yours, and everything in there is your responsibility, and it's your right to do whatever you want. So there's a lot of things that I need to go over with you, but it can't be done in a short period of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the information of where you can get all this information, and I gave you the name of the company, so you can go to the name of the company, the Protection Group LLC, at gmail.com. and ask a question. Any question you ask, questions in writing. It might be a legal question. Well, our attorney will answer it for you. It'll come right back to you in writing. So now you've got the question in writing, and you have the answer in writing. So you can keep it in your trust book. It's something that may be important. Okay? You've got my information. I'm available 24 hours a day, pretty much, to answer all your questions. You can send me a text and ask a question, or you can call me and ask a question. My phone number is 865 300 1953. Okay, 865 300 1953. To learn all you need to know about a trust before you can make a decision whether you want to purchase it or not, because you don't know what I'm telling you right now. It doesn't give you enough information, but you can get the information from the education call. It's an hour long, and you get it anytime, 24 hours a day. The number to get that call is 605 313 5155. 605 313 5155. It's going to ask you for a PIN number. That PIN number is 155703#. When I tell you we put your money, that $10 million into your checking account, into your trust account, and it can't be taken from you. The reason it can't be taken from you, that's the only thing you'll have in that trust, in that account, in that trust, is that cash. Now, how do you have $10 million in cash in a trust? It's on the bank screen. That's all it is. How in the world, in order to have a lawsuit against you, in order for somebody to try to take something away from you, there has to be an action of liability has got to have occurred. Well, your money, it's not possible for your digits on a screen, on a bank screen, on your computer to cause a problem for anybody. There's no room for ever suing you for anything, because there's nothing ever been done to them. It's different if you have a motorcycle and you run over somebody and they sue you. It's reasonable. That's understandable. But that's where the segregation of assets comes in. That motorcycle would be in a trust all by itself. Your personal property would be in a trust by itself. Your boat would be in a trust by itself. And that means that trust could be sued if something were to happen, but it can't touch anything else, anything but what's in that trust. And you only have one item in a trust. That's the beauty. It's called segregation of assets. Same thing with your banks, your bank money. How many checking accounts can you have to spread that $10 million out just in case something were to happen to one of the banks? Like Frank's talking about, banks are going under. Well, my thinking is this, and I'm not a financial advisor, but just my own thinking. I'll tell you, take famous words from Frank. It's in my opinion. I would take that $10 million and I would put it in 5 different banks. I would get the bank documents from the protection group at no cost. I would open up 5 different banks and put $2 million in each one of them. If something were, it's all the same as far as the CPA is concerned. It's all just one. You can take those accounts, just add it all together, and that tell them exactly how much money's there. That's not a problem. It's just for your protection. If something were to happen, if the bank went under, then you had a buy-in, and that means that they're going to take your money from you, and they owe it to you. But if they're in trouble, they're not going to be able to pay you back, and you could lose that $2 million. But if you had it in 5 different banks, you wouldn't lose all of it. My other suggestion, in my opinion, is to put your money in big banks. Bank of America, Chase, Fifth Third, Wells Fargo, those banks. Because those banks are too big to fail. They're not going to let them fail. If something were to happen, they'll be bailed out. And here's another thing, too, you got to understand. When they get through this revaluation of currency, this is from the banker's point of view. They're making a fortune. They're going to charge you 1%, 0.5%, something, doesn't matter. But if you turn in a note to them and they give you, $100 for it, they're going to sell it to the Treasury. They got a contract with the Treasury, and they're going to sell it to the Treasury for $125. They're going to make a profit on everything they do. They didn't make an investment in this thing. They have no investment whatsoever, and they're going to make a fortune. My point is this. They're not going out of business for a while. If they're going to go out of business, it's going to be in a year or two, because they are making so much money off the revaluation of this currency.
Good point.
That's why they're all excited about it, because they know they're going to make a lot of money. And so, don't worry about it. But another thing you might want to think about is, instead of keeping that $10 million in cash, my opinion is move it out into hard assets. Put it in rental properties. Put it in the large utility companies that pay a dividend. Put it wherever you can get it, where money will come flowing back, and you'll have you'll always have your investments. And if the bank goes under, they can't take your rental properties. They can't do all that stuff. So put it into gold. But you can't put it all in gold because gold doesn't give you anything to use every day. It's just there to prevent anything in the future. It's a big deal. But you want to have cash flow, and if you have a cash flow coming in, then you've used that $10 million. You've got it out of the cash business and put into hard assets. Just a thought. There's people out there that'll help you. There are people that will work with you, and they're in banks. They're also in individuals. They're also big major companies that'll help you. But they'll help you put that into place, into things that'll make you money, get good cash flow, and the trust is there to take care of all of it. All of your assets will be in that trust. You might have we just talked about a real estate trust to put your real estate in. Okay, you might have a trust for an automobile. You might have a trust for your personal property. You might have a trust for your rental houses. Each rental house would have its own trust. Okay, and when all said and done, the money's coming in, and it's never going to be taken away from you because they can't get to it and take it away from you. It's not going to do anything to do with the banks being upside down. So there's a lot there. There's a lot to understand, and I'd be glad. I wish I had an hour to talk to you, but I keep on going. But we've got the education call is very important. You listen to that. You've got my phone number to call me. You've got the information to send an email to the protection group and ask a question. It costs you're not a member yet. You haven't spent any money. You're getting an education. You haven't spent any money. We're not asking you to send any money. We're just asking you to learn what's going on. When it's all said and done, you will know more about irrevocable trust than most of the attorneys in this world, because they don't deal with trust. They chase ambulances and they do business things, and there's no money in it for them to do trust. And so they don't know a lot about it. Neither do your banks. Your banks don't understand a lot of things about trust, but irrevocable trust that we've got put together is absolutely perfect for what we're doing. And I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have right now. As long as Frank will permit the time, then I'm available. Frank, it's all yours.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful presentation. And family, the presentations here, I'm going to hold this back up again. You should write these numbers down. They have on Tuesdays and Thursdays these conference calls, and they bring in all their people. They bring in lawyers. They've got experts that will be able to answer your questions, family. As you can see, Tuesday and Thursday, there's the phone number. For those of you listening on the telephone, the Tuesday and Thursday meetings are at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The phone number is 605-313-5156. 605-313-5156. And then you enter the access code number of 155-703-pound. 155-703-pound. And if you should happen to miss the call, just change the last number on the phone, 605-313-5155. And then you enter the same access code number, 155-703-pound. Don't let this opportunity go by your side, family, or go to waste for that matter. You have an opportunity to have your questions answered on how to protect your investment, how to protect your money. I saw somebody that posted, I'm not going to say the name because I'm sure they were innocent, but they said, "This is too confusing." Then, with all due respect, what are you doing here? If it's too confusing, you should not have the right nor the privilege to be involved in this investment. You just want the windfall and you want to spend it without being very prudent in how you protect and use this money. The Word of God calls it proper stewardship. The only thing confusing is ignorance. A lack of knowledge is ignorance. And I'll tell you something. Knowledge is powerful. So let's see if you can ask some questions to Bill that would be constructive. Tink, do you see any?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. What are the liabilities for the trustees?
What are the liabilities for the two trustees, Bill?
They have no liability at all, and it's written in the trust that they don't have any.
I know.
The only thing that could happen to a trustee if a trustee got greedy and did something to steal money out of the trust, then that's a felony in all 50 states, and it could be $100. It's a felony in all 50 states. You can set the trust up to where the trustees can't even do that. Remember, I said I go to the bank and I'm going to tell the banker I want to get this trust opened up, and I only want money to come out of the trust with a written check, and I hold the check in my safe, and I don't let anybody. There's no debit cards, no credit cards, no calling the bank, doing interbank transfers. None of that's allowed, and it's in writing with the bank. You send an email, you get them to answer that, you put it in your trust book, you keep it, and therefore, there's no chance for anybody to ever take any money from you. Which the only liability the trustee would have would be that situation and them being a thief. The word trust is a pretty powerful word. Trust. So
very well.
That's the best answer I can give you.
And that's a good example you just gave too. Can you help people in Canada?
No, I can't. I'm sorry, and don't know anybody in Canada that has anything like this.
That's right. They don't. How old, or excuse me, can a trustee also be a beneficiary?
Absolutely not. You learn that on the education call.
Yep.
You have three areas in your application that you have to fill in. Part C is for your successor beneficiaries. Part D is your trustees. Part E is your protector. A name can only appear in those three areas one time. So think about it. You've got a son that's going to be a successor beneficiary, then he can't be a trustee. And you can't put him as a trustee and 10 years later move him down as a successor beneficiary. All those actions in a court of law would invalidate your trust if they found out what you did. So let's do it play by the rules.
Tink, another question?
Somebody said, I thought you can't use a post office box.
Yeah, can you use a post office box?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought you
When
could.
you do your application with Internal Revenue Service, they ask you for your post office box if you had one that's accepted.
Yeah, I remember them asking me that. Another question, Tink. You see one?
Minimum age for a trustee.
Yeah, what is the minimum age for a trustee? It's 18, isn't it?
18. You're right.
Do you have to pay them?
Do you have to pay a trustee?
There is no requirement to pay a trustee, and if you decide to pay a trustee, there's no amount that's that's required to do that. You do what you want, whatever your situation might be.
Can you have a son or a daughter be a trustee?
Well, yeah, but if you do, then they can't be beneficiaries. So that'd be foolish.
Good question. Good answer. We learned something there. Wait a minute. Somebody's asking in Spanish. Hola, Frank. Pregúntale si tiene alguien de ellos que hablan español. At your calls, if they call in, and do you have anybody that speaks Spanish?
No, unfortunately not.
Gotcha. Dijo que no tienen alguien que puede traducir de inglés a español, perdón. Let's see, would it be best to exchange at a multiple bank? No, that's not a question for you. 10 trusts for $2,900. That's pretty a good deal, $290 for a trust. Can an offshore trust be a beneficiary of your trust?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. Are these benefits to having it done is there a benefit to having a trust fund established before the RI comes?
Yes, there are a few. One of the main things is you can get if you have your trust right now, you can go to the bank and open up a checking account for $500, and then when your money comes in and you get that $10 million in your checking account, you can put it in the trust that same day. And so you'll not have any opportunity to have it taken from you through exposure because you have it in your personal account. So you'll have a place to put it. If you don't have it, it might take you a week, 10 days, 2 weeks to get that account open. And during that time, you just got to be very careful that you don't run over somebody or hurt somebody.
Tink, you have one?
They want to know, let's see, can they do it after the RI?
Yeah, they can do it after the RI. Here's another question: will the banks where I go to Will they have the bank accounts for the trust to be able to invest their money for that trust? I don't really understand the question.
Well, I think if you have your money in your trust, they're talking about going to the wealth manager at the bank and getting investments done.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
That's what we send everybody. Get a
Yeah.
lawyer. Get a CPA. Get a lawyer that specializes in taxes. Get a domestic lawyer. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Cash value life insurance. That I don't know why that's not a question. What happens to our dollar if we go digital? It's protected. I mean, it's
Nothing,
still in the trust.
nothing.
Nothing.
Just you'll spend it. You'll spend it on the computers and a credit card rather than with cash. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
one.
you're gonna see it real soon, so you better figure out how to do it.
Let's see. Do you see any other questions, Tank?
Do you need multiple trusts for homes, cars, or whatever, or just one trust?
Do you need multiple trusts, like for a car, a home, your boat, your money, whatever, or do you put everything in one trust?
Oh, absolutely not in one trust. You have that's the segregation of your assets. You put one item in each trust, and that's all you put in there. And if you run out of those trusts and you use all 10 of them, then we will fix other trusts up for you for real estate, for automobiles, for whatever you want, for $100 a piece. Where you paid $2,900 for the first 10, anything in addition is only $100.
Yeah,
You put one asset in a trust and nothing more. You can, but you're foolish to do that.
So your company services people in the United States of America, basically Americans. We have a gentleman, DJ from Scotland. He's asking, is there anything that would require a trust in the UK?
Not that we can help him with.
Yeah, trusts are good.
We can do a trust in like Puerto Rico and places that are owned by that are controlled by the United States.
Right.
All 50 states, and then their subsidiary. I don't know what you call them, subsidiaries, maybe.
Yeah, subsidiaries. Monica Seavey wants to give you a compliment. I got these trusts. I have been very pleased with their service, and Bill Johnson has been so very helpful, and I'm very grateful to you. That's nice.
Thank you very much.
Lisa says, I thought there was going to be some taxes, common law. Lisa, anybody that tells you that there isn't going to be any tax on this investment, turn around and run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. Their hopium is not something that you want to be contaminated with. Have you ever seen the government say, oh, keep your money, we're not going to charge you any tax? Of course not. Why do you think?
I'll tell you what, I've been told, and I think it's pretty good. Whatever you get in your cash, put 50% of it up in a savings account somewhere until you figure out what the taxes are going to be.
Why do you think this knucklehead is trying to get 87,000? 87,000! My gosh, that's two big giant football fields, stadiums filled with IRS agents. Are they doing it because, oh, well, we need more money? No, they're doing it because they know damn well what is about to happen. They want to collect every damn penny. Any other questions, Jen?
What if you move out of the states with the trust?
What if you move out of the state with a trust? That's okay.
That's not a problem. Where are you going to go?
To the moon.
Hey, you can have a trust. You can have one of our trusts and own property in Spain.
Jonah,
you got to remember that the trust owns it, but the laws that control that real estate are in Spain.
Jonah Gregory is asking, do you need to get an EIN for the trust before opening the bank account?
No.
What? I thought you did.
No, before you open it, you want to get the EIN. I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood what that was. I thought before you get the trust, you want to get your trust first and then get your EIN number. The reason is when we send you the trust, we send you 11 attachments that come with the trust. One of those attachments is how to apply for and obtain an EIN number. It's not hard to do, but the Internal Revenue Service, in all their wonderful glory, have screwed up the application for irrevocable trust. And if you do it on your own, you'll screw it up, and you won't have anything that will work. So if you wait till you get your trust, get the attachment that talks about applying for and obtaining an EIN number. We gave you screenshots. It's only 6 screenshots. You fill it out exactly like we tell you to, like we show you, and you'll have your EIN number in 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what, let's start winding it down. We're going on 45 minutes, and I'm just so proud of you. People are hungry to learn, especially right now. They have a need to learn on how to protect their money. And for those that don't know that they need to protect their money, thank you, Bill, for making them aware that they have to. Thank you for teaching them what to use. These trust funds, family, just go and listen. They don't even know if you're there. Just dial the number and sit there and listen.
That's right.
It's free. I mean, if it's complicated, go and find something else to do.
You know what, Frank? It's because they don't know they've never heard these terms.
Yeah, that's true. It's complicated.
After you listen to the education call and you bought your trust, you got it operational. It's the simplest, easiest thing in the world. It operates basically itself. But I understand people saying, I don't understand. What is a trustee? What is this? What is a protector? What does it mean, successor beneficiary? What do you mean, the bloodline clause, the Persterpes clause? What does that mean? Well, we explain it all. We teach you, but it's not that hard. But you do have to get involved and pay attention.
Well, again, one more compliment. Steel Cowgirl is Steel Cowgirl. Okay, what a name! I have these trusts from Bill as well, and they are very thorough, and they help me in a very timely manner. Wonderful people. Thank you for that plug there, Steel Cowgirl. And I'm going to stop, Bill, because it just seems to go on and on and on and on. There's a lot of questions, and they need to direct them to you because we need to get to work with our second half.
I'll be happy. Don't just tell our family members to not hesitate to call me. It does, I don't mind you calling me.
Give your phone number out. Give your phone number out.
If you call me and I don't answer the phone, it'll show up on my phone in white or red that you called and I missed the call. I'll call you right back.
Bill Johnson's phone number.
Half an hour. It might take me an hour, but I'll call you right back.
Bill Johnson's direct phone number, family, is 865-300-1953. 865-300-1953. And you can call me too. My name is Frank, in case you didn't know. And my phone number is 419-283-2552. And I'll be glad to direct you to Bill. I'll be glad to take you directly to these conference calls where you can learn a lot. Well, Bill, I'm very proud of you. I thank you, sir. God bless you. And get ready. I think you're going to get a lot of phone calls tomorrow.
I'm ready for it, Frank. I'm ready for whatever happens. God has blessed me, and I'm doing well. And I can't be more pleased with anything that's going on than this trust and the people that I work for and work with. They're just absolutely genuine, honest people, and that's saying a lot in today's world.
You've been with me for over 10 years with this, and you've helped hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm very grateful to you. We'll see you in the future, Bill.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night now.
Put me on mute.
Actually, I'm going to hang up on you. Bye-bye. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized he can listen, right? Bill, I'm going to hang up on my phone because you can listen on the UB-Tubi. Bye-bye. Okay, wow, that was really good. That's some good, serious information. And I saw, there were many other questions. We would have been here for another hour answering all your questions. Be prudent, be a student, be proper, go to these conference calls. You don't have to tell them you're there. Sit there and listen. You missed it. We just gave you the recorded phone number. Listen to it. Understand what you're about to get involved with. Actually, what I mean to say is understand how to protect what you're about to get involved with. I always use the same story. What was his name? Kennedy? Chappaquidda? The girl that drowned? Was that Ted Kennedy?
I don't
Wow. This is John Kennedy, Bobby. There's Ted. Yeah, it was Ted. Um, when he had that car accident and drove the car off on the bridge, and then cowardly ran away until the next day they found out that there was a dead woman in the car. The families could not touch the Kennedys, this Kennedy, with a 10-foot pole. He didn't own a car. He didn't own a business. He didn't own money. He didn't own a dishwasher. He didn't own a computer. He didn't own anything. You know who owned it? His trust funds that he controlled. If you want the government to control you and your money, knock yourself out. Too complicated. If you want to control your money and be your own bank in your own way, go and listen. This is a mechanism, a vehicle, legal, that every politician in our White House, in Washington, D.C. uses. They don't own a single thing. They're too well known. They're too out in the open. Thank you for listening to my dear friend Bill, because he's a good man and he's got a really good product. Let's get to talking now about our investment, and I'm not gonna keep you very long. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Well, sort of. What's the title of our UB2B? Go ahead and post it. I want to see. What is the title of our UB2B? By the way, who's Karen M, Jan?
She's our Club 26 person that gets you your cookies.
Oh, that's right. She's the one that promotes to get 1,000.
Yep.
She's attracted my attention. She's very cordial, very polite, very kind. She welcomes people. She goes out of her way to answer their questions. Heck, she just answered my question. Frank, in case you didn't know, it's the monetary sovereignty means your new currency. Okay, next question. Karen, I bow to you. Thank you. Davy says, monetary sovereignty, monetary sovereignty. Linda says, and it means your new currency. Well, family, we normally break it up into 3 parts. I don't think there's really any need for us to pretend. I wanted to give you the report from Aki on the second meeting. But that second meeting is, it's been moved. Oh, by the way, thank you, Louise. Thank you. Anybody that wants to, oh, look at that. Thank you,
And Doris.
And Doris, I saw you first. You're always first, girl. That chicken soup is still in my mind. Thank you for your financial contributions. God bless all of you. Yes, we desperately need help with a walking stick. And by the way, that gentleman that helps every month, Jan, with that a large amount, he's from Texas, isn't he? Do you know? Oh, well, you know who you are, sir. Every month you help with a large amount for walking sticks because I think you were a former Marine yourself. I want to thank you all. It's been 5, 6 years. Wait a minute, 4, 5. Wow, it's going on 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. My dear friend, when he told me that he had cancer, he said, I sold everything, Frank. I said, well, let me help. And he says, no. I said, please, man. It's my duty, isn't it? And he says, well, I can't take that away from you, can I? Whatever you can do, I appreciate. And then the next thing I know, the good Lord told me to talk to you about it. Family, you've kept Walking Stick alive. Today we were talking about it. He's excited about this investment for all of us, for all of you. He's a simple man. He tells me, Frank, you tell me that KTFA family members have sent me dinars? I said, yes, sir. I possess them. I take care of them for you. When we meet, I'll give them to you. He said, no. No, you keep them and use them for the ministry work of KTFA. I said, what? He said, look, I just need enough so that I can go ahead and buy many years of my immune therapy medicine. Shoot, 1 million dinars, Frank. You know what that's going to turn into? I'm a simple man. He says, I got 3 pairs of shirts, 2 pairs of pants, 4 pairs of socks, 1 pair of shoes. Hey, Jen, here. Case. And he said, I'm a simple man, and that's, I don't need a lot, Frank. He's also a very good man. He did so much for our country. Sadly, you'll never know. And my dear friend Walking Stick sometimes is haunted by his past. But a soldier, a good soldier, obeys all orders. Family, oh, real quick, by the way, somebody was asking, should I buy insurance? Well, yeah, I taught you that, didn't I? I told you that the insurance that we have in our banks in America, the FDIC, only covers you for $250,000. Most of you dropped your jaws when I told you that. You didn't know that? No, we didn't know that. What do we do now? I'm going to put $1 million in the bank. It's only being insured for a $250,000. What about the other $750,000? Do you have car insurance? Do you have home insurance? Do you have life insurance? Yeah. Well, then go to that agent and buy yourself some bank insurance. It's that simple. It's going to cost you, but I got a feeling you can afford it. And today I had a lady calling me, and she was all upset about I feel bad, that there's evil people out there. There's mean people out there. She said that this site told me that I got to stop coming to see you, Frank. I said, what? What are you talking about? They said that they have an 800 number that only they have, and nobody has it, and that it would be a waste of time if I stayed with you, and I need to go over there with them. And so there I go again, explaining the whole story. I said, ma'am, there is no 800 number. They're saying that because they're desperate to keep you with them for whatever reason. But if you want an 800 number, the U.S. Treasury. The U.S. Treasury 800 number. That's the mother of every bank in the United States of America. Hello, who this? This is United States Treasury. Who this? This is Frankie. Hey, Frank, what you want? I'd like to know where I can go exchange my dinars now that it's gone up in value. Well, you can go to this bank, that bank, this bank, this bank, da, 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 da. Okay, thank you very much. She said, really? I said, really? Hey, you want another 800 number? Take your credit cards. Do you have credit cards? She says, I got 2 credit cards. One's Visa, one's MasterCard. That's logical. I said, turn them around. You see the 800 number down there in the bottom of the card? That's the 800 number you can call that bank and ask them if they're going to exchange the currency. Oh, boy. Hey, listen, here's another idea. I need to get to work, but I'm still thinking about what Bill brought to us. Here's another idea. Some of you also were calling and asking, Frank, you don't want me to take my eyes off of my dinars. But some of the banks I called said that they're going to send them to another bank and inspect them and then bring them back. Yeah, well, you ask them for the address of that bank. And you take your dinars to that bank and let them inspect them in front of you. Once that's done and they give you credit and you see your account is credited with the right amount, well, then you're happy. They can have all the dinars you got that you took to them. But never separate yourself from your dinars. There are evil people in this world. They'll find a way to steal them. What happens if the Brink truck, as it's driving to the other bank, gets robbed? We will replace the dinar. No, you won't. You'll replace the value, which is which is caca right now. Don't ever lose sight of your dinars. And I told you, take pictures. You just need to take a picture of the front of your dinar, not necessarily the back. The front has the batch number and the serial numbers. That's what's important. Frank, how do I know if I really have a real dinar or not? You take your dinar and you hold it up, and if you see these things glowing, chances are it's good. The best way is take your dinar to a bank. They have currency books, and let them check it out for you. Okay? Okay. Hey, listen, family, let's get to work. Oh, and real quick, you don't have to go to a bank. There are other places you can go to. There will be other places, and you'll find out. There are many places. Hey, you know what? As strange as it may sound, I may suggest, or I may look into myself credit unions. It's not going to be just one bank. It's not going to be just one source. It will be diversified. It'll cover from as far as the east to as far as the west as I can. You put all your troops in one area and you can lose them all with one shot. So anyways, credit unions, you see, credit unions, you have control of that money. As a member of a credit union, you can cast a vote on where they should allocate that money that they have in their savings accounts. The credit union represents all the members that are deposited into the credit union. And that's usually with a company like GM, United States Air Force. Hey, by the way, you guys, that's good enough. Oh, by the way, the other product that we have, aloe vera. Remember aloe vera? That's what keeps my sugar down to underneath 100. I activated my cancer cells. And the only way that they can come back is if I feed them. And what does a cancer cell eat? Cookies. Sugar. It doesn't eat carbohydrate. Well, it converts it to starch. It doesn't eat lipids. It doesn't eat oils. It doesn't eat proteins. It eats nothing but sugar. So that's why I want you to know that aloe vera, which is the product that we have that really controls sugar, is 15% off. Actually, all the products. When you go to the banner and you click on the one that represents aloe vera, every product in that banner is 15% off until 11:59 tonight. So you got what, 3-4 hours or something like that left. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, excuse me, you got 5 hours. So after we're done, if you're interested in aloe vera, take advantage of that. It's a great product. So in all your phone calls, I ask you again in a very polite way, please don't stop calling me and asking me about somebody else's teaching. Please. You waste my time. And I'm on the phone so much, and then I have to deal with, you want me to tell you why that other person said what they said about the Iraqi dinar? Yeah, Frank, yeah, why? because they're stupid. No, I'm sorry. Not that. No, I don't tell them that. I tell them, I can't make that comment. I can comment on my intel, but I can't say anything about this other person. And in fact, when I was reading it on the phone, they texted to me. It says here. He says, Frank, look, look, look. And I said, I got, how would you pronounce it?
A rag.
A rag? Oh, that is rag. Okay, so it's IRAG. IRAG is going international. Take notice, get ready. And I tell the person on the phone, where'd you get this? And they tell me, and I say, well, first of all, tell that person, that's not how you spell Iraq. And second of all, this is exactly what I said on Monday. So please, stop wasting my time. And now I don't want to waste any more of your time, so I'm going to get straight to the point. Let's go and look at these articles because they're very, very informative in my opinion. You go on in, you are a member of ktfalways.com, and if you're not, look, you're going to be regretting it because we're going to put not 800 numbers. We're going to put the names of the banks, their phone numbers, their address, their email, their bank managers, officers' names, their spread, everything that you need to know. Not no stupid 800 number that doesn't even exist. That's why you need to be a member of ktfalways.com. And if you're not, it's probably too confusing. I want you to go into our forum because you are a member of ktfalways.com. Now let's go on in here. And thank you again for those of you that are helping us with financial contributions. Extremely needed for our dear friend Walking Stick. Now we're inside. We're at the last page in the final article thread, and I want to start with the last article that we talked together about on Monday. Final article number 3,562. Family, every day they find another way to tell them. Every day, those that were against it, those that were negative, like Parliament, are complimenting and cheering on what is about to happen. Every day they come up with new ways of saying the same thing. And this article, final article number 3,562, prepared us for what happened the following day. This is Monday, right? Okay, Monday when we were together. The following day, which was yesterday, wow. That's our that's our UB2B title. And on Monday, the government of Iraq comes out and tells the Iraqi citizens, well, you know that because Eddie told us that, Mr. Frank, look what they're telling us. The dinar will recover. The dinar will recover. Family, break it down. Ready? Break it down. Dun, dun, dun. Break it down. The dinar will recover. Tell me something. What is this phase of the monetary reform called? What is this phase of the monetary reform called? Go on. Let me see. Everybody always messes it up. And Karen corrects them and tells them, it's not that, it's this. Way to go, Karen. There it is, Kathy Robb. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. Justin White, Judith Miller, A.E., Annie Stitch, Timothy. Oh, well, okay. All right, Timothy. It is a redenomination, no doubt, because that's the phase when they bring out the new small category notes, the redenomination. But look what you're saying. This is an R, the conclusion. I like that, Alan. I like that a lot. But look. Do you see anybody saying RV? No, because you're good students. You're well taught. You know it's a reinstatement. Now, come back with me again. from the from the office of Sudani. The dinar will recover. Let me try it this way. The dinar will reinstate, recover. Yeah. Isn't this a lot better than someone reading you the articles? Like, today we're going to read yeah. What do you say? What do you say? I don't know. Am I being facetious? Damn right I am. Alrighty, so this is amazing. The dinar will recover. The dinar will reinstate. Iraq is a pro. It's not Iraq. Oh, okay. They got it right. It's IRAQ, not IRAG. Okay. Are you done, Frank? Yeah. Okay. The dinar will recover. This is a reinstatement of the currency. Iraq is approaching an intimate end. Intimate. My goodness gracious. You know, there's only one person that I have an intimate relationship with here on earth, and that's my wife. The CBI has an intimate relationship with its little puppies, the dinars. And Iraq is approaching an intimate end to the dollar crisis, the enemy of the dinar. An intimate end to the dollar crisis before the end of 23. Oh my goodness. And that's what I highlighted on Monday. What did Walking Stick and I say to you? What did I say? What did we say? Before, what was the mantra? Before 24. I swear they're listening. It got to be. And then the next thing you know, it's an intimate end. We promise, okay? The dollar crisis, forget about it, okay? Okay. And the dinar will be reinstated. Well, will recover, okay? Yeah. And, before the end of 23. Is that good? Huh? Well, it's different from what FRANK26 said, but it's a play on words. Okay. Before the end of 23. Do you want to answer another one?
Nope.
Okay. Y'all got to stop calling. This is not the time to call. Every 5 minutes. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. This whole final article thread is just pure gold. Everything that we're reading is just so delicious. It's so motivating. It's so reassuring. It's like being out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a raft, and the next thing you know is you see a cruise ship coming right at you. That gives you hope. These words are not for us anymore. These words are for the Iraqi citizens. This is beautiful. The dinar will recover. Iraq is approaching an intimate end to the dollar crisis before the end of 23. And what do I say? Yeah, before 24, which is the same thing. The next article, which now starts us with yesterday's articles. I just wanted to hit that last one that we did on Monday because of the significance and because it puts us in a position to introduce the article from today. Monetary sovereignty. Actually, from yesterday. Monetary sovereignty. In fact, here goes. The next article. Final article number 3,563. At the first ran out. Excuse me, I said at the. After the first ran out, Finance intends to launch the second issues of reconstruction bonds. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. The Ministry of Finance announced today that it intends to launch the second phase of the bonds. Family, would you be willing to buy bonds from Iraq at a program rate? Of course not. Why would you waste your money? Yeah, I mean, the old adage, the old saying that we've been saying that the dinar is like used toilet paper. It's worthless. You know, why would you buy used toilet paper? Unless all of these articles are telling us the truth. And the whales and the sharks that are causing this type of volume, this type of selling of Iraqi bonds? Family, they used American bonds for 20 years and the American dollar. Oh, and by the way, I apologize. I just like to play with words. I know that it says imminent. I changed it to intimate. It is. Either way, they have a love relationship with their monetary reform, and it's coming very soon. And what do I say as the blue title for this article? Just one word. Wow. Wow. Because when you read it, you'll also say, wow. Final article number 3564. The Council of Ministers issues a special decision to import gold and precious metals. Read that again, because that's what you're going to do. Excuse me. I don't know what you're going to do. Read it again, because that's what I intend to do. You think I want the American dollar? Sudani, you want the dollar? No. Alak, you want the dollar? No. China, you want the dollar? No. England, you want the dollar? No. We throw a brick at it. I know you did. Venezuela, you want the dollar? Anybody want the dollar? American citizens, you want the dollar? And the Council of Ministers issues a special decision to import gold and precious metals by the caca-load. And what do I say? Because they can, where they couldn't before. They didn't have the assets to buy this much gold, to back up a new monetary reform that is about to come out. It's a wonderful article. Final article number 3565. Al-Rashid Bank sets the date for opening the platform for travelers wishing to buy dollars. Now, you already know there's only 3 ways that you can use the American dollar inside of Iraq, correct? Number 1, what? Medical. Okay. Number 2, what? In case you want to travel, you need the American dollar in case you're going to go overseas. And number 3 is what? The government. So this final article, number 3565, says that Al-Rashid sets the date for opening the platform for travelers wishing to buy dollars. Because, what do I say up on top? Because the USD is only for government and medical usage. Do you understand that, Iran and Turkey? Good. Final article, number 3566. This is where we get to the heartbeat of our conference call for tonight. Like I said at the beginning, they're finding more ways than they can count to tell the citizens what is happening and what is coming to them before 24. This article is saying, first of all, it's an advisor to Sudani. Therefore, we want to listen. So the advisor to the Prime Minister Sudani says that the economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the principle of the monetary sovereignty. Well, I always break it down. I always help you understand what we just read. And I'm going to have fun with this one. And so will you. Advisor to the Prime Minister. First of all, whew, thank God. Let's see what he has to say. Second of all, the economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the economic reform. There's 2 reforms. There's a monetary reform, there's an economic reform. And we know that the economic reform is successful now because of the success of the monetary reform. So tell me, advisor of Sudani, what is Sudani trying to tell the citizens? Advisor to the Prime Minister, economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the principle of the monetary sovereignty. Now, if you listen to the words that I just said to you, I'll repeat them to you one more time if it helps any. Of course we have an economic success because of the monetary reform success. And of course, the economic success is moving forward now to implement everything that has been put in position, everything that is at the starting line with their fingers at the line, waiting for the gun to go off, ready, set, go. Everything that will bring the new exchange rate and the new lower denominations and the coins is in position and ready to go. And when we talked on Monday, I told you, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, this whole call is in my opinion. I forgot to say that. Everything I say tonight to you is in my opinion. My name is Frank Villa. In my opinion. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought of what I was leading up to about Monday. I forgot what I was going to say. And it was important, too. But anyways, back to this article. Because this article is the latest is the latest beat of the monetary reform's heart. Advisor to the Prime Minister, economic policy in Iraq is moving towards implementing the principle of the monetary sovereignty. Monetary sovereignty, let's break that down. Monetary, what does that mean? It means horseshoes? No. Monetary, what does that mean? I know. Yes, Frank, what does it mean? It means Monday? No, Frank. No, Frank, go outside and get a stupid stick so I can hit you with it, stupid. Come on, one more time, okay? What does monetary mean? The little guy way in the back. I know. Yeah, okay, you, what is it? It means money. Money, honey. Yeah. Bravo. Very good. What's your name? Malachi. What? Melvin. Okay. So anyways, Melvin, monetary means money, huh? Okay. What does the second word sovereignty mean? Mine? I'm sorry? Mine? What'd you say? Well, I can't hear you. Mine. Oh, you mean like a mine, you know, fighting in the wind? Is that a mine? No. Mine. Sovereignty mean. Oh, you mean like they're my cookies? Mine? Yeah, mine. Oh, so the first word you say, it means money? Uh-huh. Yeah, monetary, money. And the second word, sovereignty, means mine? Uh-huh. Okay. So what does monetary sovereignty mean? Monetary sovereignty, what does that mean? My money! My money! Yeah, not yours. Not the American US dollar. My money. Yeah, my national currency. My money that they've been telling us that we're going to be receiving very soon. Because the end of the American dollar is coming. The crisis of the dollar is ending. Our national sovereign currency is being born and given to us. Our pride is returning. Thank God. We control everything. Thank God. And you also need to thank the United States Treasury and the IMF and the World Bank. And they all were very instrumental. If it wasn't for them, you would never have gotten out of the Stone Age, Iraq. You would still be a parasite, you would still be a subject to parasites eating you up from all directions. So anyways, family, this is interesting. And what do I say up on top? What's my blue title to this? Monetary sovereignty? Well, it's just another beautiful way of saying we have a new currency. And when you read the article, you'll enjoy it because that's exactly what they're talking about. Look at that. Look at that. Enjoy that. Memorize that. Take a picture of it. Monetary sovereignty. And when you read it, you'll understand a little bit more of my definition. And we blew it up so that you can read it a little bit better. And it says the following. Chalet, who was the spokesman for Sudani, Chalet said in a statement reported by the official news agency, and you know the power of Chalet with the citizens, said in a news agency and seen by Al Assad News that Economic policies in general and monetary policies in particular is moving in particular is moving towards a new principle called monetary sovereignty. A new principle. I like that. I thought they just don't know what other words to use. They use the thesaurus to find every word that could be synonymous to, we got your new currency, dudes. Uh, yeah, economic policy and the general monetary policy in particular is moving towards a new principle called monetary sovereignty, which considers the Iraqi dinar the only refuge for exchanging, for pricing, and the coverage of internal transactions. In other words, only for the government, medical, and travel. Yeah, because we now have our monetary sovereignty, our own money. Yeah. And it ain't worth no toilet paper value. And we've already proven that to you, citizens of Iraq, especially when they talk about the reserves. In this last article here, it says the Iraqi central bank announces the arrival of dollar shipments from Baghdad airport. Boom. It didn't take long. So the airports, if you remember on Monday, remember I told you that we believe that from Kurdistan region, the northern region starting to come out slowly, showing people. You remember I told you that they were also going to use the airports to slowly start to introduce these new notes. And then I said, no, they decided to go instead government to government, commerce to commerce. The Iraqi central bank announces the arrival of the dollar shipments from Baghdad airport. And what do I say? The official channel for the USD. Official channels for the USD. USD, if you're going to walk into the country of Iraq, you got to walk on this road and only this road. Actually, on these three roads and only these three roads. You got that, Iran? You got that, Turkey? You got that, anybody that wants to go against what we're doing here in our country, our sovereign currency? Good. I'm glad you understand. So, family, this is, it's rather exciting, to be honest with you. Now, what I'd like to do is finish up by giving you the report from our Firefly. I can't give you the file from Aki to Walking Stick because they moved the second meeting to Dubai. So we're waiting for that meeting. And we talked about that on Monday. Of all the places on this planet Earth, Dubai? I told you, Iraq will be a central hub. And it will be bigger than Dubai. Goodbye, USD. What was I looking for? I forgot.
Eddie?
What, honey?
Eddie?
Hey. Oh, yeah, Eddie's report. That's right. What's this? Oh, this is that.
Yeah.
This is, I don't want to show it. No. This is the attack. IRAG is going international. No kidding, Sherlock. Anyways, here we go. Let's see. Eddie's report. Boom. Yeah, so we can't give you Walking Sticks report, and I cannot give you Supergirl's report because it's too sensitive. But allow me to give you Eddie's report instead. And we'll start with the third report that came in yesterday from Eddie. Yesterday, 12:21 p.m. in the afternoon, television is saying that the local bank set time for 8 p.m. tonight for reservations on buying dollars for travelers and medical usage. Mr. Frank, do you think that I should go and get some dollars? No, Eddie. Your day is coming. Also, Eddie, you are going to start hearing the words monetary sovereignty, and that means that your new currency. Ask your bank friend about these two new words. Now, this was yesterday. This was yesterday. So we prepared him for those words. Somebody actually complained to me and they said, "Will you stop putting the telephone up to the camera? It irritates me." I can't win. I got people that say, "Oh, you're just making it up. It's a bunch of BS that you're reading." All right, well, here, look. "Will you stop showing that? It irritates me." Oh my God, I can't win. Anyways, so we tell Eddie, and we prepared him for those words, and sure enough, right after that, boom, they came out. Today, oh, that was it for yesterday. Today, 9:31 in the morning. Banks are getting dollar shipments today from the airport. They're shipping it in for customers with requests for travel and medical needs. It looks like Sudani and Alak are really tightening the screws on the dollar, Mr. Frank. If that's the case, then our currency should be coming to us very soon, shouldn't it? Today, 12:37 p.m. in the afternoon, second report. Television is saying that more than 120 new schools are being built under the new Iraq-Chinese agreement. Then, Frank, a Chinese spokesman came out and said, Iraq is a key new investment. Why would China pour in billions? Well, yeah, billions. It'll turn out to be. But why are they pouring millions and millions and millions into Iraq right now? Why didn't they before? Why now? To which I say, no, I can't read that to you. But then I say, Eddie, why are all these countries, why are all these companies saying such great and wonderful things about Iraq and Sudani when they never did before? Why is it that Parliament is saying beautiful things about the reforms and the success of it that Sudani has had? There is a change in your monetary policy. Your monetary sovereignty is coming to you before 24. I like that. I like that. And I continue and I tell him, never mind. So then he says, the television news is talking about new postal service system that is coming. It is a new fire brigade also, and new stations that they are building everywhere. Frank, my country is becoming the state of the art. Also, Frank, Parliament finance, spit. Also, Frank, Parliament finance is is calling on the CBI to fix the dollar exchange crisis. Idiots. To which I say to him the following, Eddie, the sad thing about Parliament finance is that they are useless. They are like a dog that has been neutered. They really don't serve any function. Sudani can run the government without them. He really doesn't need them. But notice what they're doing. They are jumping on the bandwagon and they are telling you Iraqi citizens about the new exchange rate, the new currency, how the dollar is going to come to an end, the crisis is coming to an end, all of these contracts, everything that they were pissing on and complaining about and telling you that it's never going to happen. Now they're telling you, oh, you're going to get everything. A bunch of hypocrites, aren't they? But it's okay. You have known the truth all along, Eddie, because Walking Stick and I have been guiding you. You have been strong, and now you are even stronger. Eddie's been sent to his bank friend. Eddie's is staying very close to his bank friend. And we believe that his bank friend is going to show him something very soon. And I'm going to end it at that, because that's enough. There were 3 things there that the articles didn't even cover. Well, family, I think that's it. It's 7:30. I honestly believe that I should just go ahead and stop. We can share more. I can answer. Why not? Let's see. It's 7:30. Let's take about 15, 20 minutes. Do you have a
Drink
question?
water.
Yes, thank you. Let me drink some water. And you think of something based on what is happening. If you have any questions, let me answer for about 15 minutes. Please don't ask for a date or a rate. But see if I can be of any help with any other questions. I can see where many of you are saying thankful and you're grateful. Go Lions, yeah, Grandma Nisi. I hope so. I hope my Lions can recover those poor guys. Website name. Oh, my website? There it is right there in the bottom there, Ellen. KTFalways.com. Did anything get published in the Gazette today? No, Davey, good question, by the way. No, not in the Gazette today, no. In other journals, in other newspapers, in other media sources, yeah. And what it was that they covered, it's mainly about the dollar and how the tragedy of the dollar is coming to an end in Iraq. Oops. Let's see. I'm looking for any questions here. Hey, Rich Kimberly Goss, that's funny. Frank, it's your show. Run it how you see fit. We aren't here to please everyone or anyone. If God is telling you to do it your way. Yeah, I do counsel with God, Rich. I do counsel with God constantly. And I start our conference calls by praying to our Heavenly Father to have counsel by the Holy Spirit. Did I get? Oh, I almost got 1,000. I see that. Way to go, Karen. You keep on getting it. I'm looking for questions. Love you, Tink and Frank. We love you too, Pamela. God bless you. Bonnet, I think it says there. Any questions? Did anything? Oh, okay. So that's the Gazette one. If you want the 3 zeros lifted, hit the like button. Way to go, Peggy. Randy, okay, here we go. Have they seen the small denominations? Who is they? Next question. Would it be beneficial just to donate dinar to your favorite charity outright? No, E.M. Scott, because we need the money. Every 2 weeks I have to collect $1,700. That includes shipping it out to him. So, yeah. And if we don't collect it, then we take care of it. That's all, or God takes care of it. That's all there is to it. And if you can help, please call me. My phone number is 419-283-2552. Let's see. I don't know where I left off here. Hold on. My question would be, how many ounces do the Pairs Club hold of the stolen and recovered gold, in your opinion? Not much, Justin. Most of it has already been returned. Good question, though. Can American banks exchange into euros? You can exchange into any currency, but why would you? You'd have to go to you'd have to go to England to use or overseas to use euros. Yeah, American banks will exchange into any foreign currency for travel. Does that not sound familiar? That's exactly what Iraq is doing. You want American dollars? We'll give them to you. Shoot, we're a bank. We make money exchanging money. Give me your dinars. Here's American dollars. Now get your butt out of here and go use them in America, and then come back and continue to use the dinars. Next question. Can you advise anyone in the UK and Europe with dinars, Frank? Advise? No, I don't know how to advise, except that we'll be putting every bank that's exchanging on our form, and if we get any from the UK, we certainly will. Oh, that's DJ. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Nikki says, we're praying for you. Nikki, know that my wife and I pray for KTFA every day, on our knees. C.S. Hessman, Frank, with 6 colors, do you think that the rate might come out more than 1-to-1 or higher in your opinion? C. Hess, if you recall, that was part of our study about 2 months ago. It was my opinion that it is possible that they may be looking at 118. Everything I say to you is strictly in my opinion, okay? Okay. I mean, like the Roadrunner? You know the Roadrunner? When the Foxy, the coyote would grab him by the neck, beep, beep. His feet still kept running. Did you notice that? And as soon as the wild coyote would let go of him, the Roadrunner's feet would hit the ground and boom, take off. He was prepared for that, huh? I believe that 1-to-1 would be like the it would be like the fox and
Roadrunner.
the Roadrunner. Thank you. It would be like the Roadrunner not moving his feet. 1-to-1, it's a good start, no doubt, but it's been 20 years. And I think that $1.18 is fair enough to start the float at against the dollar. The goal is to go past the dollar. Let's see. Good luck to all my friends wherever you are. I hope you're okay. That's another question. Article 8, WTO. Do these matter? Yes, Al. Oh, without a doubt, WTO. You notice that they still haven't been ascended into it, right? Doesn't matter. Whenever they do it, they'll do it. But what's really important is that in order to join the WTO, you have to be Article 8. So therefore, are they fully Article 8? I don't see them in the WTO. All they have to do is raise the value of their currency. That's it. All the other chapters that were put on them, all the other sanctions have been peeled away from the banana. All you've got is the banana. All you've got is the ability to raise your value. All you have is the privilege to be able to say to the citizens of Iraq, monetary sovereignty. And they did. Next question. Frank, are we at the point this could happen this weekend as well as the last week of December or any time in between? Timothy, I would like to say this, in my opinion. December is December is a month to remember. If they stay on the schedule that we believe of before 24. Advise anyone to have bank make a tax deposit for you. I don't know what that means. You're a beautiful soul. Oh, we are Venom? Yeah, we are Venom. God bless you, Frank and family. You are a beautiful soul. And you're okay. I'll leave it at that. Jeff, Brother Frank, is it okay if I reach through the phone and slap someone asking for a date or a rate? Sure, I'll hold them for you. Mariposa, hi, how are you? From Texas. ¿Cómo estás? Huh?
Not her.
Oh, that's a different Mariposa? Okay. Thank you, Frank. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. Okay. Al Schwartz says HCL, and I say exchange rate. when you see the new exchange rate, you'll have. When you see the HCL, you have the new exchange rate. I've said that until I'm brown in the face. Get it? Okay, Frank, I appreciate you so much. Well, thank you, Maria, Nicole, I think it says. If we go digital, will the trust cover our dollars? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Frank, I like the way you give us information. Well, thank you, Marilyn. God bless you. Let's see, John Parker. When will the second meeting take place? Ah, good question, John. I believe it'll be this. I believe it's happening. Uh, Al Schwartz again. What's the status of the HCL? I already answered that. What is the what? Too many questions, man. Wow. I just realized I'm way behind. Holy cow, how far behind am I? There's Dr. Thunder.
You're pretty far behind.
Holy cow, how many questions y'all got? Wow, I don't know where to. Frank, are you wearing makeup or have you done something to your skin? It looks so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's liquid
It's so
biocell.
beautiful, Tink. My skin. You want to touch my skin, Tink? You want to touch it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Touch it. Come here, touch it. Come here. Come
It's liquid biocell.
Yeah, it's the liquid biocell and the glutathione spray stuff. Anyways, yeah, not bad for 97 years old, huh? I'm just 76. Alrighty. Uh, should I gift a family member some dinars while they are worthless? Rusty Duck. It don't matter, Rusty, whether you do it now or you do it later. Take the receipt that you got from my broker because you bought them from me, right? Okay. Take the receipt, and on that receipt say, I, Rusty, on this day, your name, your address, your social security number, your email, everything that identifies you, and say, I turn over X amount of this receipt to. And then put, if it's your child, put your child's name, address, phone number, email, social security, everything that identifies them. Then make a copy of the receipt. You keep the original, give them the copy. They're only going to use the receipt if they're ever audited. That receipt will determine whether they will be in the 40 percentile or the 20 percentile tax bracket. But you will be taxed. Anybody that tells you that this is not a taxable event, run away as quickly as possible. Anybody that tells you, give me your dinars and I will give you more than what the CBI will give you because I belong to the Wampum Indian Reservation group. I belong to the Admirals group. I belong to the Dong Xiaoping group in China. I belong to the United Nations Humanitarian Program. They're thieves. They're vipers. They're liars. It's against the law to be able to have two different exchange rates for a currency. Ain't nobody going to give you more than what the CBI can and is willing to give you. And again, if you think that you're going to get away without paying taxes, I got some land on the moon to sell you. Does it only have to be those special banks mentioned before, or can other banks, like, for example, Capital One, which I have? I don't know, Lions of Trades, it depends. We don't know all the banks. The 800 number of the U.S. Treasury will tell us, and that's who I'm going to call when this thing happens. They'll spit out the whole list. They don't want me to go to the banks, CBI satellite banks. They want me to go to American banks, and you know why. Alrighty, you talked about 6 crayon colors. Will the new crayon colors be similar to the older no colors? Also, with well, you tell me. You have the 3-0 notes, and I already gave you the 6 colors, in my opinion. Also, you say, will the lower denominations, older notes, still be legit Iraq tender? Yeah. The IMF doesn't allow a central bank to play games like that and just all of a sudden stop, and then you're screwed over. They'll give you a time frame. They will. Justin White, OMG. Interesting. So it would seem that the agreement made between the Iraqis and the Club has now been accomplished then, right? I think that's what you're asking. I already answered the question. Any bank stories, Frank? A bunch of them. And the ones that I've been getting recently in the last few days, there's very few negatives. Very few negatives. I think we made a change. Let's see. When does the new quarter for the Iraq begin? They're on the same financial calendar as the United States is. They go from January to December. December 30th. Would it be okay to ask for a date and not a rate? John Smith, you son of a gun. I'll tell you what, John, how about if I ask you for a date on December the 30th? Because you should ask me on December the 31st. What happened on my birthday? That's what you should ask me. How was your birthday in December, Frank? Oh, no. We'll find out. Frank, do you happen to know what... Now, I don't want to be mysterious about that. If you're a student with me, you know exactly what happened on December the 20th of 2022, don't you? I mean, we look for April and September, but they did it in December. December, a month to remember? Frank, do you happen to know what bank in Toronto will be exchanging? Not really. You try any bank. Start with the Bank of Saskatchewan. Call them up and ask them if they do any foreign exchange of currencies. Start there, and you should be able to find someone. But in all honesty, they'll play games with you too in Canada. Just wait until the busing occurs. Banks are in business to make money. And one of the ways they make money is by exchanging foreign currency. Trust me, they're going to want you. They're going to want your business really bad. Karen, hey, we only need 58 more. Come on, thumbs up.
10 more.
Oh, just 10 more. Okay. Adam, does international banking December 15th to January the 15th have to do with releasing the rate? I don't know, Adam. That's a good question, but I don't believe that has anything to do with the monetary reform of the dinar. Does anyone know what a statement of fact is? Pam is asking, does anyone know what a statement of fact is? I don't know, but I can tell you that a fact is very brutal. A fact is very brutal because it's the truth. Like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, fit spinning. Oh, you're talking about what I was... if it comes out to 1.8, okay. Is that an RI or an RV? Whoa, wow, Joy, bravo question. Oh my goodness. Joy says, well, if it comes out at 1 to 118, is that an RI or is that an RV? It's an RI because the RV phase was about 5 years ago. The RV phase was used to calculate with supercomputers in order to determine the multiple ranges that they could come out with, not just for their currency, but for their contracts that have. Do you know when the meeting is in Dubai? Well, John Higgins, I've got a funny feeling you're going to find out very soon. Frank, you said Monday instead of monetary. Did you mean anything? Hey, by the way, Galway girl, tell Mr. Galway I used one of his quotes in was it Team 26? Huh? In Club 26. I liked what he had and I used it. Mermaid, Mermaid Murphy. Hey, Frank, what? Do the Iraqi citizens have a grace period to turn in their dollars in for a new lower denomination when the value has changed? When the value changed, ask me the question then. Because I don't know. I'm sure they will. Like I told you, the IMF does not allow the CBI to play around with those type of time frames. Frank and Jan, we're truly anointed by God. Well, thank you. Thank you, Peggy. Very sweet words. Kind words from a kind heart. Clint Powell. Mr. Frank, what's up? In your opinion, what is the trigger or event that we're looking for? What has to happen for this to be reality in my bank account? Mainly just to stop asking when it's going to happen. And I don't mean that facetiously. If you remove that from your thoughts, you can concentrate on the events that are occurring. And those events are painting the road. You talk about a yellow brick road? This is a yellow golden road. Every article, everything that we study, everything that we brought you tonight. Are you kidding me? Monetary sovereignty doesn't mean a lot to you? Look for monetary sovereignty. Oh, I see it. Okay, well, good. Then get ready. I so agree with you, Peggy. Okay. If the QFS, oh boy. I'll read it. If the QFS is safe and unbreakable, why have a trust? Because the QFS is bullshit. Anyways, I'm not answering that question. Is the HCL holding anything up? No. No, the new exchange rate is holding everything up. Will our new exchange money be put into QSL? Here we go again. Frank, you said money instead. Okay, I already fixed that. If it makes it to January the 1st, will contracts have to be redone or redid? I like that. No, there is also a retroaction in these contracts. Okay, yeah, this whole call is in my opinion. Is December for Iraq or for international as well? Both. Both, because the citizens will be receiving their purchasing power. And the currency will then start to go outside of the border in international trade and start to climb in value. Since, let's see, John, since the dollar is no longer used in Iraq as of January 1st, 24, is that the key for the rate change? You guys find more ways to ask for a date. The answer is, I don't know. My wife told me everything is pointing in that direction. Tom Smith, my wife told me to tell you that you're ugly. No, she didn't say it. She didn't say it. My wife told me to tell you to hit the like button. I would listen to her if I were you and hit that button before she hits me. No, he didn't say that. Second meeting, when it'll take place. I already talked about it. What's this? Hey, shoo-wee. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind. Oh my goodness, I can't. Family, I tell you what time is it? 5 more minutes and I'll stop. Híjole, I can't believe how many questions there are, Jan.
Yep.
I can't go. I'm still going back.
That's a good one for you. Where's Aki right now?
Where's Aki right now?
Is he at his bank or did he go back?
Dubai. Next question, help me.
How fast do you think the rate will increase?
I always thought within a year, anywhere within 3 to 6 months, in my opinion. Next one.
Who are you looking at on your right?
Who am I looking at on my right? My teams. I can see peripherally too, you know. I'm driving would love for you to see the amazing moon. Mary Sincota. Yesterday, my wife and I saw the moon at the horizon. Honey, how would you explain it? It was
Massive.
4, 5,
Like another
1,
planet.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jan, would I be exaggerating if I said that the moon was probably about 10 times the size that it normally is in the sky? 10 times?
Yeah, at least that.
Here's a good example. This is what we saw last night, and normally this is what you see, the moon. The moon at the horizon was amazing. I've only seen that 2 other times in my lifetime, and one time I was out at sea. You see, when you look up, you're looking through layers and layers and layers and layers of our atmosphere. And that causes it causes a narrowing of light, so things get a little smaller. Our atmosphere causes the starlight to to twinkle. That's why we say twinkle, twinkle, little stars. Stars they don't twinkle. But they twinkle because the light has to travel through our atmosphere. But that's when it's way up there. You got an onion layer of many layers of atmosphere that the light goes through. But at the horizon, you see, this is the top, many, many, many layers. But at the horizon, you're looking through one layer of atmosphere. Isn't that cool? Which causes you to actually see the true size of the moon. It's pretty damn big. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off. You got a question there, babe?
They're asking about work of banquets.
Who? Warka? Warka will be working with Citibank workers coming back finally. They are available. You can get a hold of them if you try to talk to them now. Hey, Frank, bless you all. Are you going to have your cookie show after the rate changes? No, no. Our Monday and Wednesday calls and my singing, all of that will come to an end. I don't think you'll ever see me again unless you come and see me or I come and see you. I may do a UB-Tubi like maybe once a year just to give an update on what KTFA is doing around the world. We'll see. Give me another question, honey.
Looking back.
Well, that's it?
No, I said I gotta go way back now because a lot of them are the same
I
thing.
know it's too many. Frank has been around since before dirt was made. Okay, Tom, keep it up, keep it up. Can you exchange the dinars and get credit cards for your children? Well, Becky, when you go to a bank and you establish a bank account, you want to ask them for a card, Visa, MasterCard, whatever it may be, a debit card, and that's the card that you'll draw your money out of, okay? Make sure you channel your money. You can have your money spread all over the place, honey, but make sure you only channel all your money to come through one source. That way you can control it. Thank you for all your, okay, you're welcome. Let's see, flurries of light. Oh, for the thumbs up. Thank you, Adam. Frank, are you still releasing the fills? Are they still releasing the fills to the Iraqi citizens? Yeah, it turns out that fractional banking is not going to be as much of an issue as they thought because of the education. Let's see, recipe for chili poblano. Oh, I got a good one. I used to make them all the time. I was the cook for a restaurant for 25, 30 years, I think, wasn't it, Tink?
Yep.
I made every dish that my family recipes had. Frank, do you believe that the dong is going to RV as well? It's not going through an RV phase. No. It's not going through any type of monetary reform phase right now. No. Their economy is. We just got to see if China will leave them the hell alone. When is meeting Dubai? I already asked that. Mr. Frank, when looking at the CBI website, can you guide us on where to look for the currency fluctuation chart is located? Oh, gee whiz. I mean, we'd have to do it together. I mean, I don't know which page. It's easy to find. Anyways, I'm sorry. I hope you can find it, Ed. God bless you. It's an easy thing. I made chili for tonight. It's cold in Vegas. Oh, that sounds good, Melinda. Thank you for your strict, opinionated response, Frank. You're welcome, Lion. You're welcome. Well, I get a Medal of Honor, too. Do you have to make copies of both sides of the IQD? Doolittle, I said earlier that no. I said for the front. Do you remember why? Batch number, serial number. Pam Oakley, I was told to go to a bank and get a statement of fact. Oh, when I went, they looked at me and they didn't know what it was. We will have to have two forms of the ID pictures. Poor Pam, God bless you, sweetheart. Put it on paper. You're going to exchange my currency. I want to put it on paper. It's a fact, ain't it? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Justin, sweetheart, be careful who you pay attention to. Be careful who you follow in this study. I guess the only question would be, what is the nature of the tax applicable? Is it kept? No, we don't know. We don't know. Who's that? Justin White. Yeah, we don't know what the tax code is. They're doing it on purpose. Travis, how long will they float? Like I said, in my opinion, I don't think it'll take a full year. Karen Doolittle. Frank said just the front. Not the, look at her helping. Sharon, it starts tomorrow, goes until December 12th, whatever that is. Do you know if Sudani is at the meeting in Dubai? No comment. Lauren, in my opinion, he will be if he's there. In my opinion, Lauren, in my opinion, CBI is waiting till the end of December to RI. So us investors don't have a chance to do our write-offs or our tax brackets is the lowest. Yeah, it's like a baby being born on December the 31st. There's no name to this one. It just simply says, if everything is in your opinion, why would you not tell us what Walking Six said the day was? Because I told him not to give me the date. And he said, I'm not going to give you the blanket. No, he said, I'm not going to blankety blank blank give you the blankety blank date, Frank. I said, yes, sir, I understand. And it was just in the conversation. I mean, it's just in our notes. It's there. It's no big deal. We all know there's a date. But they screwed it up. It should have been January the 1st of last year, in my opinion. But now they wasted a whole freaking year. Stupid. If the dark starts at 18, how fast will it increase? I already answered that. I think we're done. You see any I haven't? Sir, do you think that there will be a time limit to exchange? These questions are repeating themselves. Okie dokie. What's that say? Look around. There she. A statement of fact. Oh, thank you, DJ. Are we close? No. I'd say about another 50 more years. Yeah. John Parker. Frank said with a wink, it's happening. Would you know if Worka Bank, we already answered Worka. Frank, it doesn't happen during this year, January 1st. What would your thoughts be? My thoughts would be that I would be extremely disappointed. They just cannot. They just can't blow it again. I've been reading a few negative stories about Wells Fargo losing people's money. Yeah, that's why no, absolutely not. Especially the way they treated us and made idiots out of us. No, is it possible? Do you exchange at the credit union? Gosh, Annie B, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Annie B, find out and then let me know. Linda says, you're a mess, Frank? Why am I a mess? I'm not. My credit union won't exchange foreign currency. Oh, Woody. Woody says his won't. Oh, boy, maybe I made a big mistake by suggesting that. I'm awfully sorry. Justin White, in Canada, they came out with a new rule and people just say, yup. But in Ireland, they come out with a new rule and we get together and say, how are we going to get around this one? It's a good one, Justin. Are the serial numbers registered by the U.S. Treasury? Yup. Good question. Excellent trust explanation. Well, good, Frank. Frank Petrico. Petrico. Petco. That's a good place to buy saltwater fish for my tank. Stop asking Frank about other people's opinions. You tell him, Brickhouse. Yeah, you go, girl. Thank you for all you do helping us. Would you bring back James 1, who talked to us a few weeks ago? You and him talking was really helpful. James 1.
So it's a bank story?
Huh?
Was that a bank story guy? James 1?
James 1. He's the one that was in the jacuzzi. And I never told you who that man was. But he is in charge of every bank in the United States in a certain department of all those banks. It's 4 initials. No, I don't think I'm going to bring him back. I keep the stories when when they bring back with more information. Have you heard about the Afghan old notes? They are taking all the notes. I don't know anything about Afghan. I'm sorry, Sabrina? That's not Supergirl, is it?
I doubt it.
No, she wouldn't do that. The moon last night was amazing. You saw it too, Kathy. Snowbound. Oh, I already answered that. Frank, well, you will miss all of us. Well, Kay Burnside, I will be very busy with a lot of you. With a lot of you. Many of you will want to do work with KTFA for God's kingdom. And with open arms, I welcome you. You told us that that you don't want USD. Can you explain? Mary, well, a dollar is not worth a dollar. It's not even worth 75 cents. Why would you exchange a valuable Iraqi dinar for a lesser valuable currency? Okay. I personally, I will be very leery of banks. 3 of them closed this year under the leadership of the White House. And the media doesn't even tell you because they support the evil of the White House. 3 banks. What was it? 7, 8, 9 years ago? Edron? Or was that the bank that closed? And it devastated thousands and thousands of Americans. Many lost their money. You need to understand where you're going to put this money. Because when you go back, you want it to still be there. Our government, our American government, has the prerogative by laws that they have passed to go into our American banks and take out anything that they desire. On a national emergency, you think they would leave your money in a bank account? There's a lot you need to be aware of, and you're not. Anyways, I think that's enough. We need to sell it. What's that? Wardrobe. What's that? Wardrobe Bekchiki? Wardrobe Bekchiki? I like that. I think we need a celebratory party where we can all gather once the blessing occurs. Cookies for everyone. Wardrobe Bekchiki? Chicky? Yeah. You don't know. Obviously, you're new to us. There will be 4 KTFA reunions in 4 different parts of the world. Alrighty. What type of lawyer should we seek out to assist with our new financial situation when it happens? TWOTEE. Woti. What type of lawyer? Well, first of all, let it be a domestic lawyer. And second of all, let it be probably a financial lawyer, a CPA, a tax expert. Yeah, a CPA agent, IRS agent. Alrighty, I'm done. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Thank you kindly for being with us. You learned a lot tonight, and it was good to be with you. I enjoyed my time because I felt a sense of accomplishment to be able to answer all your questions and then to give you the information we gave you about those trust funds. That's going to be your weapon to protect all these questions that you just gave us. I see people are starting to sign off on the phone, so allow me to say thank you very much to those that helped us with financial contributions. I thank you kindly for Doris, Louis C., Babe, Alan Newton, Peg Veach, Monica Seavey, Duke, Dr. Thunder, and Galway Girl. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is a December to remember. If things work out before 24, it will be a very interesting month, no doubt. I leave you all in the grace of our Savior Jesus Christ. May the Lord's shine upon you, upon your continents and your family, you and yours, and your possessions. May you prosper. May you be healthy and sound. May you be happy and strong. And may you be in constant prayer. Because if you're not in constant prayer, you're in constant attack by the demons that Satan sends to you. Stay in constant prayer. I love you. Monetary sovereignty. My money. God bless you all. Sweet aloha.
Andy's there.
What? Oh, Andy, you there? You want to blow the shofar, brother?
Sure.
Yeah, there he is. Blow the shofar to send this conference call to our Heavenly Father to tell him, thank you, God. Thank you for what you have brought to us, even if it's in our opinion. Go right ahead. Amen, amen, amen. God bless you, Andy, and your beautiful wife. God bless all of you that joined us tonight. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. I thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you. I'm very grateful to all of you. I appreciate your friendship. And we are friends, no doubt, for a lifetime. But one day we'll be in heaven for an eternity. But an eternity won't be long enough to be your friend. Thank you kindly for being my friend today. Sweet aloha. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
They got 1.1.
I know, that's what you had last time.
We got 1.1. So can I at least have a little kiss?
Yeah, a kiss.
Can I have little kisses?
I don't have any candy, but I have cookies.
You got what?
You picked them up to show how big the moon was.
I went like this. I didn't show them like
I
these.
know.
These are little cookies,
Those
huh?
are premium cookies.
Look. Premium. See that? KTFA premium cookies. It's premium. Yeah. Let me see.
Careful. It's a big white cookie.
It's empty.
It's a big white cookie.
It's empty. There's nothing in here.
Yeah, look, it's a big white
It's empty.
cookie.
It's empty.
It's a big white cookie.
Oh, it's a
there.
big white cookie. It's a waffle. Waffle. Oh, Jan, these are the best cookies in the whole wide world.
That's a half.
I shared, okay? Okay, the rest is mine. Premium cookies, honey bunny.
I think that was coconut.
That was conky. It tastes a little coconut, doesn't it? Which is fine. It takes me back to Hawaii. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.